Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Good to see some Arsenal players back in training yesterday that we haven't really seen yet this whole, start of the season, and also we haven't even really seen them much in pre-season. Emil Smith-Rowe, who's been injured, he must be chomping at the bit to get back in business. It was great to see him training. Remember what he did last season. He was brilliant for us. And also, it was great to see Tomiyasu back in training. Of course, he had half an hour in the under-23 game last week. Well, not even half an hour, sorry, 45 minutes. Had the whole first half and did really, really well. And another player that we haven't seen yet, that we paid a lot of money for and bought, and that is Fabio Vieira. It was great to see Fabio Vieira back in training as well. We all remember seeing him just after he signed, being in that big boot and thinking, oh God, here we go. But he's back in training. Now, I can't wait to see him in an Arsenal shirt and see what he can do. All what we've heard about him being the new Bernardo Silva and stuff like that. I just can't wait to see him. So hopefully they'll all be in the squad in time for the game against Leicester on Saturday. And will this guy be in the Leicester squad on Saturday? That'd be interesting. Yuri Tielemans. The saga continues with Yuri Tielemans. Now, it was really interesting yesterday that there was lots of conflicting rumours sort of flying around regarding Yuri Tielemans. The first one I saw was that maybe Arsenal may be willing to just sit on the Yuri Tielemans thing and not make a move for him and just pick him up on a free transfer next season. So basically leave him at Leicester until next year and then pick him up for absolutely nothing. Now, Leicester are said to want around about £32 million for Yuri Tielemans. Arsenal are unwilling to pay that amount because they say, listen, the guy's only got 1 year left on his contract. We know we're not paying that. We've got an agreement with him. He wants to come. We're not paying that. And there's a bit of a sort of stalemate there, and Arsenal saying, okay, it looks like they're putting the news out there. All right, we'll wait. Wait till next year. We'll wait till January. We'll get him even cheaper. Now, how true that is, I really don't know. Can Arsenal afford to run that risk if he's the player that they really want, leaving him there for a year? Maybe he has an amazing season. Anything can happen in a year. Man City could come in for him. Liverpool could come in for him. And on the Liverpool thing, that was the other rumour flying around yesterday, that maybe Liverpool might come in for Yuri Tielemans. Now, you would all see in the first game Liverpool had against Fulham, Thiago Alcantara limped off the pitch. He's going to be out for around about 6 weeks, they're saying. And, they've already got injuries in midfield to guys like Oxlade, Chamberlain. There's rumours that, Liverpool might make a move for Yuri Tielemans. Now, this waiting game that we're playing is a bit risky. If he is the player that we really want, let's just go and get him. I mean, I get it with Arsenal. They don't want to pay ridiculous money. Why pay way over the odds when you can wait it out and get it a lot cheaper? But a lot can happen. Even in a couple of weeks, a lot can happen. And if Liverpool start coming in for Yuri Tielemans with Champions League football and all that they're able to offer, much as I love Arsenal, I think we're a mega club, we'd be in trouble if they come in. So maybe Arsenal need to make it. Listen, certainly it's going to be really interesting to see what happens this weekend. I don't think we're going to make a move for him before the weekend. No doubt he'll play. He'll probably be playing out of his socks to show us what we're missing. Let's get this deal done. The one I spoke about yesterday, Yeremy Pino, this one's getting really interesting at the moment. Now, according to the Spanish publication AS, they're claiming that Villarreal are willing to accept Arsenal's offer for the player. Remember, he's got a release clause of £67.5 million. Forget that. You're not getting that in a million years right now following COVID, etc., etc. However, Arsenal are said to be willing to pay around about £33 million for him, and AS are saying that if that's the amount, Villarreal, who are cash-strapped at the moment, really short of money, would be willing to accept that offer, and Yeremy Pino, who's one of Spain's top talents at the moment, would be an Arsenal player. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one pans out. Are Arsenal going to go in for him? He's 19, remember. He's still a very young player. But we know that Arsenal have been buying these youngsters that potentially can be real superstars. 6 goals and 4 assists in 21 appearances last season. A really, really talented youngster who's already playing first-team football and would offer great competition for Saka. On both flanks he can play. Again, caution, Liverpool are interested. What's up with these Liverpool lot? You know what I mean? Everything we're going for, they're going for, right? Liverpool are interested in him as well. But I'm going to be really interested to see how that one pans out because there's said to be real concrete interest in Yeremy Pino. And if Villarreal are willing to accept that offer, then this could happen. This deal could happen. Or will Arsenal turn to Cody Gakpo? Now, this one's getting interesting as well. And this is the thing. When you're after quality players, this is the sort of thing that starts to happen. Manchester United now said to be very interested in signing Cody Gakpo. Everywhere in news publications today that they seem to be turning to Cody Gakpo as a definite target. Now, as I've explained a couple of days ago, Cody Gakpo has been playing for PSV in the Champions League qualifiers. They actually beat Monaco yesterday, scored a last-minute goal in extra time to go through, and they are through to the next round where they're going to be playing Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, who also won yesterday and got through their stage. Now, I think those games are scheduled for the 16th and the 24th of August. Now, I don't think there's any way that PSV are going to sell Cody Gakpo before that game. So they know that Rangers will be a tough game. Remember, Rangers got to the final of the Europa League last year. That'll be a tough game for PSV. They want to come through that. Remember, the rewards of getting through to the Champions League final are immense. So they're not going to want to let that go. So don't expect any movement on Cody Gakpo until at least after the 24th of August. And they've got a great chance of getting through against Rangers as well. So the fee for him is going to be high. And I'm sure guys at Edu and the people who do the business at Arsenal will be monitoring that situation. Now, this one, again, is another interesting one. And I was reading about this one today. And this is for the Serbian centre-back called Nikola Milenkovic. Now, he's 24. He plays for Fiorentina. Valued at around about £18 million. Now, according to Corriere dello Sport, Arsenal had a bid for the centre-back rejected, which I was like, wow. I was like, didn't know he was looking at any centre-backs, you know. But we had a bid for him rejected. He's got 1 year left on his current deal, but he's set to sign a new deal for Fiorentina. Now, Fiorentina wanted around about 20 million euros plus add-ons for Milenkovic. Inter Milan, Juventus, and Arsenal were all interested, but when they saw the size of what was wanted, they all turned him down, and now he's set to stay at Fiorentina. But just very interesting for me because I'm like, wow, we're looking at centre-backs. I thought we were going to be going with the 4 that we've got, which is Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Rob Holding. If we were after this guy, were we going to let Rob Holding go? I mean, just interesting. It's only just emerged now, but it's just really, really interesting that Arsenal were looking at a centre-back. And also, this one as well, another bid that was rejected, apparently was for this guy, Pepe, who plays for Porto. A really talented forward player. He's Brazilian. Now, according to the Portuguese publication Ebola, they said that the winger or forward player was being considered by Arsenal. Arsenal really, really interested in him. Now, he had a £60 million release clause, as a lot of these players do, play for these Portuguese and Spanish clubs. And he's considered to be a really, really top player. Now, Arsenal were reportedly very interested in him and made a £34 million offer. This is according to Ebola for Pepe, which was rejected by Porto. This was shortly after they'd done the deal for Fabio Vieira. This was rejected by Porto. They want to keep him. He's said to be the replacement for Luis Diaz, and they don't want to sell him. Again, interesting that one. Shows that Arsenal are looking for wingers, for forward players, if these rumours are true. The defender one baffled me a bit, but listen, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Arsenal. Now, Hector Bellerin is definitely going to be a player that's going to be on his way out. It's just going to be weird to... he wants to go to Real Betis. Now, apparently his representatives were in London yesterday meeting Arsenal. What they really want to do is get his contract cancelled so he can smooth the path for him to get the deal done at Real Betis. The Betis fans want him. They love him over there as well. Again, nothing definite on that yet, but it just seemed to be creeping towards a conclusion with Hector Bellerin leaving the club, and he's one of the longest serving players at I think he is the longest serving player currently in the squad. So let's see what happens with Hector Bellerin. And Pablo Mari, still trying to decide where to move to. Is it going to be Monza? Is it going to be Hellas Verona? Both teams want him. Monza seem to be the favourites to get him. They want to get him on a loan with an option to buy. Hellas Verona said to be offering money, but not much. It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. Pablo Mari, he had, as we know, a really successful loan move to Udinese last season. So, again, we may get some decisions on that one by the end of the week. So, it's all heating up. Remember, not long to go now until the transfer window closes. It closes on the 1st of September. That is it. All business done until January. So, whatever Arsenal decide to do, they're going to have to move fast. Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to tune into all of our excellent content, including our regular evening show. We'll give you updates on all transfer activity. Make sure you check that one out. But thank you. Subscribe to AFTV, and I'll see you tomorrow.